question people ask me when I'm taking street photos, and as a street photographer, I always try to give them the best answer possible. Hey guys, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tolu. I'm a street photographer and portrait photographer in London. But yeah, today I just decided I wanted to talk about a topic that some people have asked me questions about, and I've tried my best to give them the best possible answer that I could in the simplest way possible. Like, as a street photographer, different questions come to your mind, like how do you get inspiration and where do you go to take some shots and all. But recently, like with the lockdown easing up and I've just not been able to travel to London, I live outside London, I've decided to try out some more candid street style photos, and any way I could take some street photos, and if I take some portrait photos too, I take them in my little town. So one question people ask me is it legal, the photos I'm taking of people? Like the photo I'm taking, they're legal? And I always tell them yes, it's legal, but only in some certain cases. I'll explain and give you a little bit of like scenarios in which you can take those photos. So as a street photographer in UK and US, I think the rules are similar or different, but a guy, Faisal Westcott, did a video about some misconception about street photography.
This is a hot topic and usually has a lot of disagreement when it comes to this, especially when you have people who don't shoot street photography and they get involved in these conversations. Before I go any further, do not use me or this video as your main source of like legal advice when it comes to photographing people and needing model releases. I'm going to be talking about the United States, and so everything I say implies only to the United States, so please do your research for your own country and even your own state, even if you live in the United States. Some states have specific laws that differ from other states, so please do your research. With that said, in the United States, photographers have the legal right to photograph anyone they see in a public space. This is part of our First Amendment, to be able to express ourselves with freedom of speech. If this weren't the case, I probably wouldn't have this channel right here talking about it right now. A lot of our documentation throughout the years of our country's history wouldn't exist in textbooks like it does today. So, photographing what we see in the public is such a critical and important piece of our freedom as a country to document and show what has happened over the years. Also want to quickly go over the difference between public and private spaces, because I think the lines can get a little bit blurred sometimes. Public spaces can include parks, sidewalks, those are public most of the time, streets, and in some cities in the US, like New York City, the subway is also a public space.
And here in the UK, it's similar. You're in a public space and everyone is like just moving around, you can take the photos of those people because you're in a public space. And literally not everyone even is bothered about whether you're taking someone's picture or not. Only rarely do you see people come to approach you to ask why you're taking that photo and all. But it's just, we're in a public space like the subways, when you're at parks or anything, if it's like there's a party or like a gathering outside, you're allowed to take photos. Even like in the private area, some areas in London, they're private properties, and then you cannot take these photos. Like, there's some places too that are even public spaces, but then some security tend to say it's private spaces. But if you know your rules, then you should be able to like tell them you're in the right and they're in the wrong. You know what I mean? You should just know your rights and know that even in a public space, you're legally allowed to take those photos of people or whatever you're taking photos of, cars or whatever. But even in a private space, then you're not allowed to. But then if someone approaches you, you should just like either ask you, why do you take that picture? Or they want to see the picture. And they say, oh, don't take the picture. Then don't take the picture. Just allow them and let them be. Give them their privacy. If they say delete the picture, then delete the picture. You could go to a different place and get another photo. Sometimes most people don't even come to approach me when I take pictures. But one technique I learned from North Borders, he said, if you're taking a picture of like people on the street or whatever, if you're taking the picture, just continue shooting the shutter. I think I've mentioned it in a previous video about some street photography tips, but just continue shooting the shutter. Just keep going, don't stop. if you're taking pictures of people, just keep going and let the person pass by, and then you can check the picture. But if the picture doesn't turn out well, then you could decide to look for another person to take the picture of. Just so that I'll give my thoughts and let you know some little legal advice. I'm not legal advice or anything, but just based on my experiences and what I've seen, even in a public space, you're allowed to take a picture. But yeah, I hope that answers some of your questions. Hope you enjoyed that video. I'll be doing some short form videos like this where I'll just answer some controversial questions and all. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. If you have any ideas or videos you want me to do, let me know in the comment section below. Like this video if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Quit talking, start doing. Peace.